And so, dearest listener, as the embers glow and the shadows dance, let's turn to the heart of today's tale. For we are journeying through a story woven with threads of solitude, understanding, and the profound peace that can be found in life's quietest corners. Join me now as we explore what lies within. Welcome once more to our haven of nightly solace. Welcome to Night Vale. Our intrepid hero and guide, the Falconer, continues to walk with you, sharing tales under the watchful gaze of the moon. If you've joined us for the first time tonight, know that you are stepping into a narrative where reality bends to whimsy and magic whispers through the ordinary. This isn't just a story. It's an invitation to a realm where the impossible feels achingly real. As the path winds through the mystical landscape of Night Vale, the Falconer keeps pace with you, his presence a comforting constant in this ever-shifting terrain. The Falconer smiled warmly, catching your eye. "Do you notice," he began, his voice a soothing melody in the hushed air, "how the world softens at dusk? The edges of things blur, and for a moment, everything seems painted in hues of twilight." He gestured to the fading light that painted the sky in shades of lavender and rose. "It's a time when shadows stretch long and secrets seem to gather, making the commonplace feel extraordinary. Before you, the world transformed into a canvas of muted colors, softened outlines giving way to the encroaching night. The trees at the path's edge swayed gently, their silhouettes dancing in the fading light." The Falconer continued, "Just as the daylight yields to darkness, so too do the sharp angles of the world fade. It becomes a gentler place, more akin to dreams than waking hours." The path ahead dipped, leading to a clearing bathed in the ethereal glow of twilight. At its center stood an ancient oak, its gnarled branches reaching skyward like arthritic fingers. The Falconer halted, turning to face you with eyes that mirrored the darkening sky. "Here, the veil between worlds is thinnest," he said softly, his gaze intense. "Here, the boundaries of the ordinary dissolve and magic seeps into the world." He stepped forward, entering the clearing. The gnarled branches of the oak overhead formed a canopy, the last rays of sunlight filtering through the leaves and painting the ground in dappled shade. The Falconer closed his eyes, inhaling deeply. "Stand with me now, dear listener, and feel the shift in the air, the tingling anticipation of the unseen made known." In the gathering gloom, the forest floor became a labyrinth of shadows and half-light. The gnarled roots of the ancient oak snaked across the ground, disappearing into the deepening twilight. The Falconer raised his head, his gaze fixed on the canopy above. "Listen closely," he whispered urgently, "and you might hear the whisper of fairies at play, or the murmur of spirits rustling through the leaves." As you stood there, the clearing thrummed with an unseen energy, as if the very essence of magic was stirred into the air. The forest pressed close around you, a chorus of rustling leaves and unseen creatures adding their voices to the symphony of twilight. A whispered invitation. The Falconer turned suddenly, his eyes wide with wonder and a touch of fear. He motioned toward the oak with a trembling finger. "Do you see?" he breathed, his voice edged with awe. "The tree. Look closely." The oak, silent moments before, now pulsed with a faint inner light. Its gnarled bark shimmered, and the shadows cast by its leaves twisted into fantastical shapes. The air grew thick with anticipation, charged with the promise of something extraordinary about to unfold. And then from the heart of the tree, a voice, soft yet resonant, echoed through the clearing. "Who disturbs the peace of my twilight slumber?" Its tone was ancient, tinged with weariness and a hint of menace. "Who seeks audience with the keeper of forgotten lore?" The Falconer hesitated, then stepped forward, his voice echoing with newfound confidence. "I come," he said, his words carrying the weight of purpose, "as one who seeks wisdom, not to disturb, but to learn. I am the Falconer, humble seeker of forgotten ways." The voice rumbled deep within the oak, as if the tree itself were sighing. "So you are the Falconer, famed for your bond with the twilight skies. What brings you here to my shadowed roots?" The Falconer looked back at you, a silent conversation passing between you. Then turning back to the tree, he spoke. "I seek understanding, a glimpse beyond the veil. Show me, O ancient one, what secrets linger in your twilight reign." The the whispers of the past. The ancient oak pulsed with light again, and the voice, softer now, seemed to drift through the clearing. Very well, Falconer, your request is granted. Yet heed me, what you are about to see belongs to the past. Tread lightly, for the echoes of yesterday are both fragile and strong. As if in answer, the gnarled branches of the oak writhed, twisting and turning until they formed a gateway into the heart of the tree. Light spilled forth from its depths, beckoning you into the unknown. Taking a steadying breath, the falconer reached out and gently stroked the rough bark of the archway. "Come, dear listener, with me," he whispered, his voice a mix of reverence and excitement. "We are about to step into the heart of history itself. Hold my hand if you would, and do not be afraid." Together, you and the falconer stepped through the opening formed by the branches. Behind you, the oak rumbled softly, as if murmuring farewell. Inside, the air shifted, growing cooler, tinged with the scent of moss and aged stone. The passage between the branches widened, revealing a spiral staircase descending into the earth. Rough-hewn stones formed the steps, worn smooth by countless footsteps from some forgotten age. The falconer held out a hand, guiding you down the stairs. "Welcome to the heart of the Whisperwood," he said softly, his voice echoing strangely in the confined space. "Here, time echoes differently, and the voices of the past linger close." As you descended, the whispers grew louder, swirling around you, weaving tales of ages long gone. Faces flickered in the shadows, their voices fragments of memories carried on the drafts. At the bottom of the stairs, you found yourself in a subterranean chamber. The air hung heavy with the weight of untold histories. Before you, an ancient well lay shrouded in shadows, its surface unyielding, reflecting nothing but the darkness above. The falconer stood before it, his eyes closed, as if listening to some distant echo. "Here," he whispered, opening his eyes to reveal a universe of starlight, "lies the heart of the Whisperwood. Listen now, and I shall tell you the story it holds." And so you stand with the falconer in the echoing chamber of the Whisperwood, ready to receive the secrets the ancient well might reveal. But I must leave the tale here for tonight, my friends. Will you join me again tomorrow when we uncover more of this subterranean story together? Until then, let these final words linger in your thoughts. Remember, dear listener, the past whispers to those who listen. And sometimes the most profound truths are found in the quietest echoes. And with that, I bid you a peaceful night. May your dreams be filled with whispers of wisdom and starlight. Until next we meet, keep an ear attuned to the melodies of memory and hold your heart open to the stories that shape us. From the creators of Night Vale comes another podcast called The Ministry of Stories. The Ministry of Stories takes you inside the archives of a secret society dedicated to protecting the world's supply of good stories. Good stories have power, and the ministry keeps them safe. When a disaster threatens to wipe out all tales of love and heroism, the bumbling agents must retrieve them before the world forgets hope even existed. You can listen to the Ministry of Stories for free on certain platforms. Thank you for listening. All of the music you heard today was composed by Alex Ropolo and played by Ian Chang. And I am your host,